Hello, and thank you for watching today's Infant and Toddler Series video. We're discussing responding to hitting. Behavior is a form of communication. We know that infants cry to get our attention and to get their basic needs met because they don't have the words to tell us otherwise. And even as an infant moves into toddlerhood and they begin to develop some of those language skills, they don't always have the words available to tell us what they're thinking or feeling or what they may need in a situation. And when a child is feeling overwhelmed or frustrated, they might use what they have, and that's their body. And so when a child hits and they're frustrated or angry, scared, what they're really saying is, "Help me. I don't know how to handle this situation any better. Please teach me how." And so we, as the adult, can come alongside a child and support them in those moments. And one of the ways that we can do this is to be a detective, to look for those times or situations when a child is more likely to hit than others. And if there's a pattern to things. Do you notice that your child tends to hit when they're tired, maybe before bedtime or nap time? Or does your child tend to hit when they're in a crowded group of children and people are getting in their space? Do they not like that close contact? When we take note of those times or situations that hitting is more likely to occur, we can be proactive rather than just reactive to hitting. We can begin to make changes to the situation or to begin to teach our children some basic skills. Let's say it's that situation where your child doesn't like to be so close to others and people are crowding in their space. You could begin to teach your children simple phrases that they can use to help be more assertive for themselves, like stop that, back up. Um, or if they're with older children, you can talk to older children and say, so and so doesn't like it when they're in your space. Please give them some more room. Let's say you notice that your child gets cranky before a mealtime. Could they be given a small snack before that meal, not to ruin their appetite, but to just give them something to tide them over so that they're less agitated and less likely to hit? So to begin to look for those times and those things that your child is lacking to be able to better handle those situations that they're ultimately resulting to hitting because they don't know how to handle them. One of the other things we want to do is set consistent structure and limits. So while a child may hit because they are upset or scared or frustrated, another reason toddlers may hit is because they are exploring limits. They are learning about their world and they're seeing how far they can go. And so sometimes they might be like, what happens if I hit dad or mom, grandma, grandpa? How will they respond? Will they still love me? And in those moments, it's all the more important that a child gets a loving, consistent response um, and is also shown what they can do in those. So a lot of times people will say, use gentle hands in response to hitting. Well, does a child know what a gentle hand is? We want to be able to show them what a gentle hand is. And we can do that by modeling it, maybe with our own bodies or with a doll or stuffed animal. And by responding with consistency and with limits, then the child knows what to expect. Structure and consistency can also play out in the day to day. Having a consistent schedule and a routine helps a child know what's to come and has that sense of safety so that there's less anxiety about, I don't know what's coming, I don't know what to do. And those feelings can lead to some aggressive behaviors that include hitting. Another thing we can do is teach children how to manage strong emotions. So we can teach things like deep breathing, even basic counting, or tensing and relaxing muscles are some basic calm down skills that are important for children to begin to learn because we all experience strong emotions regardless of our age, and we all need to know how to handle those strong emotions so that we're not hurting ourselves or someone else. This is a skill that will benefit children throughout their lives. We also need to take care of ourselves as a caregiver. It hurts to be hit by a child, maybe both physically, but also emotionally. And it can be feel that your child doesn't like you, that they are mad at you. And it can be easy for adults to respond out of that hurt. And this is when children tend to get their hands slapped or spanked and whatnot. And we don't want to respond to children out of that hurt. Um, so, as the caregiver, we want to be able to calm down and control ourselves before we address the child. So, does that mean that you need to take a couple minutes by yourself before you can go and talk with your child? And that is okay. And when you do approach your child, you want to do so in a loving and supportive way. Again, going back to teaching what a gentle hand looks like and what they can do with their hands, and how we do want to treat other people. And it's also important to let your child know how their actions have impacted you. Yes, it hurts, but it also hurts your emotions as well. Are you angry, sad, frustrated? Let your child know that. It's important for them to know that adults have emotions too, and that their actions impact those emotions, and there are consequences to that, and that we hurt other people when we act aggressively. So, again, just reassuring your child and being there with your child, but letting them know the impact of their actions. I looked at several resources when putting this together. Mind in the Making has an article called Toddler Hitting that was really impactful and had a lot of beneficial information. Also, 0 to 3 Aggressive Behavior in Toddlers. American Academy of Pediatrics has healthychildren.org, and their article was 10 tips to prevent aggressive toddler behavior. Beyond these resources, you can continue to check out our YouTube channel. We have over 130 videos on social and emotional topics for children birth to 8 years old. And also our Facebook page, we're regularly updating resources on there. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been beneficial.